How is everybody doing today? Welcome to the Sounds Like Liberty podcast. I am your host, Nicky P, here with my lovely wife and co-host, Lizzie. How are we doing today?
We're doing. How are you?
Well, I am not wearing a winter jacket in the studio.
And I am. And we're in a basement, so let's move on.
I don't want to move on.
I'm moving out. Okay, no.
Anyways, so this is episode number 24 with the Launchpad Media. Always launching ideas in a new direction. And got a couple things going on today. So I want to start out without actually doing the analysis right now.
Right.
So I'm gonna let it fly right now because I want to get the ball rolling on this. It's gonna be fun for me. A lot of work, but lots of fun.
Indeed.
Our good friend Luke Tatum with the Culture of Peace podcast and former guest and good friend Trey Ryan are going to be we're setting up an email list that we're doing. And we're going to be sending out a daily for 365 days daily. Liberty Song of the Day.
Yeah.
Where we're going to look at a song. We're going to give you a little bit of history background on it, kind of point out some of the lyrics that we think make it a Liberty song we're paying attention to. And, you know, we're each going to have kind of like our takes on what that song's importance are for us. As of right now, we're looking to get $5 ahead to get onto the email list and get this. It may exist later on in some form or fashion, but for the time being, this is the only way to get this information, and it saves a lot of legwork for a lot of people. I was actually suggested by one of our listeners that it should be considerably more than that, and I'm like, look, I'm a capitalist, not a bureaucrat. I don't want to soak people. I just want to get what it's worth.
There you go.
Make a little coin on the side. So
get your Liberty inspiration every day.
Yes.
In song form.
Yes. And to do that, I want you to type in Freedom Song 365.
Nice. I dig it. Rolls off the tongue.
Freedom Song 365. There's a little box at the bottom of the page. Put your email in. And when we actually put this thing up to sell, it's going to be, we'll send you an email, let you know, and you can get in on it. Depending on how many people are interested, we'll see if it stays at $5.
So that's freedomsong365.com, is that correct?
Yeah, freedomsong365.com.
Right on.
Okay. So we are going to move along here with our next order of business, which is... So we're moving right along here. Let's get into the analysis.
All right. And what are we analyzing today?
Well, you're the one that actually pulled it up.
I did. I was actually almost on top of shows today. We were talking about Anthem by Rush.
We're not going to analyze the Ayn Rand story.
I don't really know the Ayn Rand story.
I'm going to be honest. I've never read it either.
Okay. Interesting.
But anyways, so I'm a big Rush fan. I like my prog. These guys are probably one of my favorite concerts I've been to, so they've got that going for them.
Right
on. Back in their day, Neil Peart, who's their drummer and lyricist, wrote a lot about themes related to libertarianism.
Mm-hmm.
He was very influenced in his early days by Ayn Rand.
Interesting.
As a lot of people that era were. You know, I believe she's the only book that's sold, like, I think she's either in second place to the Bible for Atlas Shrugged, or is in first place and the Bible is second for the most sold book of all time.
I'd believe that. I think Tolkien's up in there somewhere too, but yeah, she's very influential. It's definitely at the top.
I wish she was more
somewhere.
influential because apparently people didn't get the lesson.
Well, yeah, some people didn't want to.
They didn't understand the fountainhead and how that can make you feel inside.
Mm.
Anyways, but we're not talking about Ayn Rand. That's a different podcast. We'll do that sometime. Today, we're talking about Anthem.
All right.
By Rush. You want to start the lyrics out here, Liz?
Why don't you give it a go there?
Okay. Know your place in life is where you want to be. Don't let them tell you that you owe it all to me. Keep on looking forward. No use in looking around. Hold your head above the ground and they won't bring you down. Anthem of the heart and anthem of the mind. A funeral dirge for eyes gone blind. We marvel after those who sought new wonders in the world, wonders in the world, wonders in the world they wrought.
Okay. So, just to start off, what do you
I want to start with your thoughts on this, and the reason being is because I actually have a little bit of background in like
what the actual Ayn Rand bit was related to.
Like I said, I've never actually read Anthem, but I do know enough about her and her philosophy to kind of make some sweeping justifications on this. But having not done the reading that I have on this, what are your thoughts?
Well, it seems like he's definitely suggesting that your focus should be on you. Where do you want to be? What do you want out of life? Are you pursuing that? And pay less attention to what everybody around you is doing. And to talking about, I guess possibly talking about people who aren't doing that, maybe not doing as well. Because when he says a funeral dirge for the eyes gone blind, it kind of makes me think of like people who don't have a vision and maybe that affecting them in negative ways.
Okay.
And then those who sought new wonders in the world ended up being the people who wrought those wonders themselves.
Okay. You kind of used a lot of the lyrics to describe the lyrics.
I suppose that's true. I mean, I guess I'm just saying, it seems like he's saying, pay attention to what you want out of life. Do what you're doing. Stay in your lane. And you can actually affect the world. Whereas people who are so focused on what's going on around them are less likely to end up where they want to be.
I don't like exactly the phrasing that you're using on there, because I think that invariably if you're truly focused on what you want, you have to look at what's going on around you.
Okay. You
can't just ignore like everything else that's out there, because no one exists in a vacuum. And the idea, I mean, if you're a capitalist in particular, which is what Rand was really trying to push a lot of, is the idea that your value is in what you produce for other people, but to create that value, only you can do what's necessary to make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as someone who has motivated and driven to do something, you're the one that's actually going to make that change. So, you can sit there and preach about what you should do. Like, other people can get in the way. Basically, other people just get in the way of that by listening to what they think you should do. You're the one that's devoted the time and energy to doing something. You probably have a better idea of what needs done than they do.
Mm-hmm.
That's not saying don't listen to cues and like creation and stuff.
Okay. Carry on.
Live for yourself. There's no one else more worth living for. Begging hands and bleeding hearts will only cry out for more. Okay, so I mean that to me sounds pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But I mean, the idea being is that you have no idea what other people want out of life. So the idea of even trying to live for anyone else is just ludicrous. Like, how good would it do you? You're not them. You don't understand their motivations and what their needs and desires are. That's like the whole idea behind why statism sucks, frankly. It's just because who are you to decide what somebody else needs? That's up to them to decide. And they can ask for stuff, but you can't just tell other people that they have to provide it for someone.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, people who want and aren't motivated to get just won't go through the effort.
Well, I think if you aren't motivated to do something specific, then you're always going to be wanting more because you don't know what you need.
Well, and very specifically, we were talking about it today.
Yeah.
Like with what's his name there, Bono, talking about like Africa and the different, like, you're watching that documentary where it's saying like, look, stop giving shit away for free here because our economies can never develop enough to where we can do it for ourselves. Because the free is always there, well, there's no incentive to actually go out and create and do stuff. And if you are so incentivized, well, you're never going to get anywhere because, well, there's always the free option on the table.
Right.
Why would you take the other option?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That was a beep. They don't happen very often. All right. Goes to the chorus again. Though I know they've always told you selfishness is wrong, yet it was for me, not you, I came to write this song. Selfishness is a virtue. It's kind of like the idea that Rand really perpetuated.
I mean, it's really hard to swallow, though, if you are...
Well, no, and it's because...
raised to think that, oh, well, you have to do stuff for
Well, do you know
people.
why?
Tell me why.
Because fucking she was a bitch. Oh, my God. If you've ever listened to anyone talk about Ayn Rand... She is like the most opinionated.
Yeah, she didn't seem like a very appealing
world.
Personality. But no, I'm just talking about like even, those of us who were raised like with some religious background,
Bitch escaped fucking Russia during
the idea is
during
that,
communism.
You're supposed to be doing nice things for other people. You're supposed to be living that way. But, and I think so. We have some negative ideas attached to the word selfishness. But
well, and that's the thing. I think she used that word very in particular to get a reaction out of people.
Yeah.
Really, it's what is it I'm looking for?
I think self-interest is kind of a less loaded phrase.
Exactly, and that's what it really is. At the end of the day, you're the only one who knows for you, so you have to provide for that, and you're the only one who's going to lobby for your interests in anything. No one else is going to lobby for you.
Right.
And even if they do, they don't really understand or know how or why you want the things you want. So,
which is why people trying to give you, quote, what you need and forcing other people to pay for it is a bad thing because you're going to get a lot of stuff that may not be actually what you want. Well, we were talking about that with the imperfect produce thing, the idea that, yes, it's using food that would not normally be in the commercial sphere in the mainstream, but people can decide to take on imperfect produce because that's something that they want to see used, and they're going to use it in a way that serves a purpose for them. Whereas if you're just giving that imperfect produce to people who do not have that sort of commitment to it, then they're going to see it as a lesser product, and they're going to treat it as such.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, is it a lesser product or a different product?
It's a different product, but if they don't have that commitment, if they don't create a utility for it in their own minds, then, they're not getting something that's useful to them. They're getting something that you think would be useful to them that they may or may not think is useful.
So, like I said, I will be the first to say I think Rand had some issues in her philosophy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get into her stuff just so much because I don't particularly care for her personality.
She's an opinionated bitch, Liz. That's definitely not your kind of people.
Not my kind of people.
Now, I'm totally into that, so...
Yeah, well, and good on you. Somebody has to be, I suppose.
I do think... I'm more surprised that she isn't bigger with feminists for no other reason than every one of her books that I've read, which isn't a lot, but both what do you call it? The Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged focus on a perhaps overbearing female that every man on earth is fawning over, and exists in a men's world on her own volition strictly because she can. Like, I have to imagine second wave feminists like Dagny Taggart had to be the most amazing thing ever in the world to them. But we're in third and fourth wave country now, and all bets are off. I couldn't even tell you what the fuck a woman is anymore.
I don't know that they know what their definition of
I think that they think the whole
femininity
point is to not
anymore.
let anyone know.
Yeah.
I think that's the goal.
They just want to be able to, like, define it however they feel like defining it in a given moment.
So, at any rate, that was a whole lot of talk about a fairly simple and concise song.
Yeah, I mean, clearly,
centered
I think we can put that on the Eric July side, right?
Yeah.
Not really much dispute there.
No, not at all.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, that's promoting
Yeah, straight up.
the capitalist
Capitalism.
objectivism.
You do you. Everybody else to themselves.
It's
We'll all be
literally
all right.
written after
Yeah.
Ayn Rand
All
story.
right, cool.
All right, so moving along.